What is up, everybody? It has been, at the time of recording, at least 493 days since my last recording. City Skylines is a completely different game. And it's been a while since I've played. I thought, what better way to jump back into it than to start a brand new city? And so, let's jump into it. We're going to start creating our own brand new sister county to Sunny Shore County, which we will come back to eventually. But we are going to start off with Aurora County. Alright, we're jumping straight into it. I am just gonna build out a little tiny little grid section here and just get a few people in here and get the city started. Okay, I laid out a few roads here. I did intentionally try to avoid destroying all the trees here and kind of fit into the natural landscape a little bit before we destroy everything. And we're gonna plop in some, so this is all new to me, right? I didn't have all these packs available to me before. We're gonna start off with our normal like North American packs, which I have not unlocked. Oh, this is new. They have waterfront housing. Let's get a few of those. And maybe, okay, I don't want the paint tool. We're gonna kind of go a little bit like that, a little bit like that. Let's de-zone some of these, because I want to make sure I'm not making mega homes right away. Let's see how that looks. And before we resume the game, I need to put some power. So I noticed that let's see, the wind's flowing in this corner into, like, I don't know, to the right. Maybe this is the northeast. I'm assuming front is north. So we're gonna put all of our industrial and all that sort of stuff near the rail line, which makes sense for cargo, for transport. And we're also just going to put our power stations and any sort of industrial services over here. So let's build out those. Alright, we put down the power station here. Let's go ahead and find somewhere to put our water source as well. So where are we gonna do that? I mean, ideally we get water straight from here. It's not a pretty site to put it there, so I'm thinking let's already run a road on the highway and we're gonna put the water source right here. But we have to look at where does water flow. It looks like water's flowing to the left here. So we have to keep in mind our sewage outlet's going to be on the left here if we're going to use that kind of service or building. I don't know what sort of stuff they've introduced to the game now. So yeah, we're going to keep our water output here. And let's run a road straight from here, right? We're going to run maybe a complex. Let's see. Let's run a road straight under here. Maybe a little bit further from the shore. And then let's go ahead and curve it in. And we're going to just connect that up. And over here, we're going to do the same thing. And it looks like our power line is not connected over here. Let's take a look at that. Okay, I think we're safe to resume. Let's see our city fill up. Got some homes coming in. Just realized we didn't zone any sort of industrial, so let's do that really quickly. We'll go ahead and get some of those in. Kind of did that on the main road. I probably shouldn't do that. Let me stop those. And we'll put them right here for now. And we also should have some sort of commercial. Let's use Eastgate Street to do that. So I'll get some small shops here. Spread them out a little bit. Oh, there's no sewage. That is a mistake. Let's go ahead and get a sewage outlet. Now, I did see this in a video somewhere. There's other systems here that can handle sewage treatment. So let me find one of those. I think it was the French water tower. This asset can hold on to a bit of water. It can also be a cool piece of architecture to look at from the highway. But if you take this and you upgrade it, it will handle sewage. Boom. So we're good to go there. That is great. That's new. You can edit your extensions. That's something I've never seen before. Now we're getting people. Okay, I'm noticing a big change in demand, especially for residential and commercial. Let's go ahead and just fill up a bit of these spaces here. So I'm going to stick to our normal packs today, and we'll expand to using the other region packs later in future episodes. But let's get some of these homes in. We have that. Oh, it looks like it. I didn't look at my contour lines. Looks like I made a little hole in the ground there. So maybe I'll put these over here. And still a need for quite a bit of commercial. So let's get some of those in. We don't want super big stores. Looking good. Alright, look at that. We hit the first milestone, tiny village. Great, let's just keep on going. We have a new signature building, the Fox Inn Pub, the Church Inn, the Health Pub. We have a lot of signature buildings that come in with these region packs, don't we? One mistake I made. This doesn't look good. This just doesn't look good. So I might have to fix that in the future. Resize those properties a little bit or grade them a little bit differently. That is my fault. But it's okay. We'll move on. We'll keep building and expanding. So we hit Tiny Village. We can unlock something. I'm tempted to do roadside services. Maybe we'll need a crematorium soon. The cemetery is a huge asset. I remember that from my last playthrough. Let's hold on to that development point. We have some other things that have opened up here. Our income is going down, so that is not great. But we have to place a hospital somewhere. And maybe that's something that can go off this Summit Street here. Let's take out our road building tool and let's create a bit of a grid over here. And I'll be right back once I'm done with that. Okay, put the grids down. This is going to serve as a central location for whatever we would like. And we're just going to start off with a small medical clinic. I see we have this. These look a little too beefy for what we're doing right now, so we're just going to stick with the small medical clinic here. I made some really small blocks here. We'll see how that works out or pans out in the future. We're going to put the medical clinic there, and we have a need for a cemetery. The cemetery, I think this is actually a good asset to put along here. Maybe it's not the first thing you want to see when you come into from the highway, but if we push it off to the side here, we have cemetery capacity now, and we have a landfill to place. So let's think about where we're going to put that. I think putting this over here next to our industrial again will be a good opportunity. In fact, I want to see if we can actually purchase some land here. I'm thinking I want to push the landfill and industrial along this path. We're going to get 2 tiles here, and this will help us expand our industrial area too. But what we're going to do is take this. Oh, we have more roads now, which is great. We're going to take this gravel road. We're going to run it pretty far down here. And for now, I think let's get the grid in. 60. There you go. I'm going to do that grid again. And we're going to put the landfill right along here. We're going to designate for now. Let's do, put it right here, here. Okay, we got our landfill, we put a decent size to it. They're looking for workers, so we really need residential demand. We've placed all our new services, so let's expand our residential area and really fill up the city. Okay, I've been expanding pretty carefully here. I'm obviously creating a bottleneck here. All of my traffic has to go through this one little road to get to the whole community. So I'm going to really expand this out, really grow the city a little bit quicker here. I did see all of our low density demand drop, which is great. I do expect this strip of land here to turn into like the main street, the main downtown. The city services over here. We'll have some shopping here. So we're going to kind of reserve this land for some of our, I don't know, bigger city assets or taller assets. And for now, we're going to keep expanding here. We need more medium density demand. Low density demand's growing too. I feel like we're about to hit our second milestone here. We'll see if that hits in a second. There we go. It was a second. Got some more money, got some more development points, more expansion permits there. Our money is going down. So I think we're just gonna, we're gonna spend some time expanding and kind of connecting this full network of roads. Let's see how that goes. Okay, we are expanding a little bit. I connected the road up here and threw in a roundabout. I know this looks chaotic, but I wanted to give myself a little bit of a challenge, not stick to a grid for everything. So my main roads are a little curvy. We're doing the classic grid for the houses, for the different zoned areas. Let's see how it goes. So one new thing we unlocked here is schools. So we need to get an elementary school in here. Got to make sure our people are educated. And I'm seeing we have an elementary school here. We have a small elementary school. I think we go with this for now. We are a small community. There's no need to make it seem like we're not. And in fact, we can fit that right in here. Maybe right here. Maybe so people can see it off one of the main streets there. Let's put the high school or the elementary school there. It's close to our community, to our residential areas. I was thinking about putting it over here, but it just doesn't make sense. It's gonna be so far away from everyone. And I think now I need to go over here and just build out our industrial a little bit as well. So let's add in some more factories here. I'm imagining these are pretty big assets. And we're trying to be a little careful about it. Okay, these can go pretty big. So let's get some of this in there. And we'll do a smaller one there. We'll do a big factory there. We'll do this and we'll do a tiny one here. Okay. This is nice. We have different sizes of assets there, which I'm really happy with. Let's look at our signature buildings here. I know we got a few in here. I guess these are all UK assets. I don't want to put every one of them in, but I would love to have a pub in here. So we have the Heath pub and the Fox Inn pub. I think the Fox Inn pub is more our vibe right now. So let's get that in here. We're gonna throw that. I don't necessarily want to put it right on the commercial street there, but I think, no, I think I am going to throw it onto the street here. We have angled parking on this street as well, so I think it makes sense. We're going to drop that right there. Give our citizens something fun to do. Yeah, I think my last goal for this episode, for the starting episode, let's get to the third milestone here. And we'll wrap it up from there. So let me expand the network a little bit. I think I'm going to redesign how big the grid sizes are here as well. So give me a moment to do that. Alright, I am about wrapping up the expansion over here. We're going to throw a... I need my guidelines on. We're going to throw a pedestrian path here, so service vehicles can still use it, which is great. But it's mostly just for foot traffic there. And we're going to keep expanding. We need more medium and low density. So let's take this. We're going to take our row housing here. And let's line that up. Maybe on the pedestrian road here. Let's see how that looks. We'll do the same right here, except these can be like that. So let me, there. No, can you, why is it building like that? That's interesting. Okay. All right. We're getting more people in here, which is great. I don't want to expand this too quickly because I don't know how this is all going to connect yet either. Let me go back to here and expand out towards this, what does that say, Blackthorn Street, and get more low density around this area. Okay, we got more people moving in, and I feel like Aurora County, sorry, is already kind of taking shape here. I thought we named this Aurora County. Great. And we are just about to hit our new milestone here. Or I guess, did we just hit it? What milestone am I on? Tiny village. We are just a few XP points away. So let's make sure these build in. We're going to hit our new milestone. People are going to be happy. Unreliable health coverage is not my problem. And there we go. We're a large village. That wraps up today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.